So we're having lunch with Darren, and we're talking about what this day is supposed to be like, and very sort of deadpan. I said, so Darren, what do you want? And he said, all I want is the 100-year history of time in 5-year increments. And, you can't kid a kidder. I'm like, okay. And he said, no, of course not. I want you to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, whatever you think is going to work for the audience, given the topic, is change management. But never one to back down from a challenge. Today, I'm going to give you 90 years in 90 seconds. So it's actually going to be like 87 years, so you'll just go with me on that. And so if we can start the clock and bear with me. All right, ready, set, go. Okay, so back in 1922, we had Henry Luce and Britton Haddon decide, we're going to launch a company called Time Inc., and the first magazine is Time Inc., and is Person of the Year. And then Britton Haddon passes away, moment of silence. But then, in the middle of the Depression, he launches Fortune magazine, and then Life magazine, and they start changing the culture. And they break into new media, which is radio at the time. And then Life changes the way the country is talking about world events. They coin the phrase World War II. They send the first women to the front lines. Then they launch other magazines like Sports Illustrated and come up with franchises. We get the Zapruder film. We then launch Time Magazine of the Year, changing culture. The first time the company becomes listed on the stock market in the 1960s. And the Sports Illustrated issue becomes alive, and the Fab Four. Fab Four, we bring culture to the country. Henry Luce passes away, moment of silence. Then we pick up again. His spirit lives on because life changes the way we look at things, and so does time. Calling for Richard Nixon's resignation. People is launched. It changes the magazine industry. Princess Di, 57 times on the cover, the most celebrated cover in the history. We acquire new companies with new passions all across the nation. And then moment of silence, because Time Warner acquires the company. Then we launch new titles, Entertainment Weekly, In Style. We launch live events with Aretha Franklin and the Essence Film Festival. We change the culture. Time, again, is breaking new ground. We acquire a magazine publisher in the UK, become the world's largest, and then something happens, 2007 and 2010. Major disruption to the entire print industry. You have the recession. You have YouTube, Twitter, iPad, iPhone, and Facebook. 98 seconds. We're going to pause here for a moment because I really do want to pause on what this major disruption was. When you think about the behavior of all of us and our children and our parents when it comes to consuming content, it was this period that really forever changed the entire landscape of print.